What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Brick Built Mindset podcast. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in and subscribing. So today I want to share with you a recent question that I've been asking myself literally every single day the last several weeks. It's something that I've been dwelling on, and it's usually when I'm observing someone or doing something, and there's a decision that has to be made, or I receive some results, or I receive bad news, or literally anything that I've been faced with the last several weeks. I've been asking myself this question. And the question is very simple. What is the alternative? Asking myself what is the alternative has truly changed my entire outlook on everything. It's given me so much more of a broad perspective on things that I normally would be closed-minded towards, or even narrow-minded towards. And I honestly got this question from a conversation I was having with a friend several weeks ago. And I don't even think he knows that I picked this up from this conversation. And the intention of the entire conversation wasn't about alternatives or decisions. We were simply talking about something. And he said, well, what is the alternative? And for me, that clicked. That really hit me with an aha moment. We spend so much time judging and watching other people, thinking what they're doing isn't enough, or they should be doing things this way, or they should be doing things the way I would do them versus what they're actually doing. And we never stop to think, what is the alternative to what they're doing? And I'll use an example from my world. The alternative to going to the gym every day, people, when they're in the gym showing up, I know I'm from a coach standpoint, I usually am quick to judge or to check their form and to see what exercises that they're doing, if they know what they're talking about, or if they have experience. And if you're a coach out there, you're a trainer, this is something that you normally do because you spend so much time in the gym and it's almost like a part of the job. But what I recently have done is looked at it from a different perspective, from the alternative. And I was in the gym the other day and I was watching somebody doing one of their movements, and I was wondering why they weren't exerting themselves more, or why they weren't exercising harder, or why they weren't doing the proper form. And it's crazy because in that moment, I simply heard a voice in my head said, what is the alternative? And I started to list all the different things in my head of what they could be doing as I sat there in the gym. And I started to list them all. I started to thinking about they could be at home. They could be sitting on the couch. They could be eating junk food. They could be in a depression state. They could be sitting in a room wondering whether life mattered. All these different things. And what they didn't need was me sitting there criticizing them, thinking about what they were doing. And honestly, it's for me, it was a complete aha moment when I heard this alternative, or this question that was presented to me. And what I realized is that this question has been amazing for me because it allows me to remove the selfish biased lens that we all develop in life. And it's not anything to be ashamed of. And it's something that we need to quickly recognize and then try to do something about it so that it happens less and less. And thinking of things in the alternative will not only give you a wider perspective, but it will give you sympathy and it will give you compassion to so many situations that you may be closed off to or narrow-minded towards. So today, I want you all to be presented with this question, and I want you to ask yourself, what is the alternative to your situation, to someone you may have cast judgment towards, and see if you can't have a much wider perspective. See if you can't find some compassion or some sympathy or even some empathy, because you never know what somebody else is going through. Life's much more fulfilling when you feel it with less judgment and more compassion. Thank you all so much for listening. Today, my heart is so full. I've had nothing but great response from the podcast lately. I don't know what it is, but I've been overwhelmed with so many different, reviews and people just giving me overall feedback. So thank you so much. And I hope that you all continue to share and continue to let me know how the podcast has impacted you in any way, because it truly allows me to continue doing what I'm doing, and it truly inspires me. So continue to share the message and continue to reach and teach more people.